Welcome back to the Listen Up Podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jamie, and this week we're back to it just being me, Nick, and Jordan.
I'll stay close in that Beretta.
This week we're going to be taking a look at Of the Blue Color of the Sky by OK Go, released in 2010, and it was picked by Nick. Nick, why did you choose this to be the album that brought us back to the original trio?
I thought it would be a good album for us to take a look at because I know Jordan likes them, and I figured he liked their last two albums more than their first two albums, which I'm more familiar with those albums too, because their first two albums are more rock influenced, like alt rock stuff, and they put more electronic stuff in them kind of as they went along.
Yeah.
And
what number album is this again?
The third.
Okay.
And this is my favorite album by them. I haven't listened all the way through their first two albums, but I like this one more than their last one.
Which one is the so it's okay, so first off, it's funny that this is one of the bands that Jordan actually, listens, like knows them, because I don't know anything by OK Go. I know that they have cool music videos because I don't like music videos. But
you don't like
cool.
music videos?
So I like them. I don't know. They just don't really. I don't dislike them, but I don't watch them. I don't just sit there and go, I'm gonna look for music videos to watch.
Yeah.
I know. Talking to a literal fan of a music video production company, it would be hard to relate to what I'm saying.
I know.
I don't know. I've never really found them to add or subtract for me. But they are cool because they have cool gimmicks. But that's what I know about them. And then I know the only other song that I knew by them was Here It Goes Again. Is it Here It Goes Again or Here It Goes?
Here it goes again.
Here it goes again on my own.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
So that's the only... For the listener, if you're not familiar, that's not how it goes. But that's the only other thing I knew by them. So that's whatever album that is. I know the album cover.
Yeah, the one that looks like a carpet.
Yeah, it's red and it's got a weird carpet pattern thing on it.
Mm-hmm. It's called Oh No. I didn't know they took 5 years after that album to make this album.
That album was 2005? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean...
I didn't know. I'm pretty sure I found...
It takes a while to make music videos.
True. And they make music videos for years, on the same album. I think I found out about them because they came out with a music video for Obsession, which is a song off their newest album, Hungry Ghosts, where they have a bunch of printers printing pages at the same time to make that, this crazy... It's almost CGI, but it's using just printers and practical effects.
I'm pretty sure they teamed up with a print. I can't remember which printer company either. I'm pretty sure they teamed up.
Probably Epson or Brothers.
I have
Those
no
are the
idea.
two printing companies I can name. So,
but I think the most. I think how most people find out about OK Go honestly is their music videos. Mm-hmm. I think they do a really good job marketing that.
I think probably the Rube Goldberg one, I would imagine, because I remember didn't a middle school teacher show us that?
I was about to say, I had an engineering class that I took, and he showed us that video, and was like, "Yeah, look at this," because we were doing Rube Goldberg machines in class, we were making small ones, and he was like, "Yeah, look at this video," and we're like, "What?" So that was my first encounter with him, but I don't think I really understood or knew how to find artists that well. I know that sounds stupid, but in middle school, I was like, "Oh, cool, that's awesome," and then just went home.
You didn't know how the search bar works?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's what I was just saying.
But I get what you mean, because I'm saying, I mean, I think it was probably, if I had to guess, it was probably a social studies teacher. That's just typically who, because we didn't have special,
it was
engineering classes.
For you.
For us, yeah.
Okay.
Because, very rural middle school. So we didn't have, anything really STEM related beyond just math class or just science. So it was probably like a social studies teacher because we watched, tons of videos in their classes. So that was the first time I remember really hearing about them. And then as you develop a music taste, I was like, oh, I know this song by them. And I never looked into them. Oh, and there was that tweet where the girl said the worst she ever felt on a date was that she laughed when the guy said that his favorite band was OK Go. And I was like, because she thought it was a joke. I was like,
that's funny. But
I
then
also think it was a joke because
I had someone recently tell me that AJR is like the modern day OK Go. I can't get with that.
Why not?
AJR is awful.
Okay.
AJR is awful. Decent. What?
Nick despises. I don't know if
I forgot.
Here before, if not in person only. But sure. Nick hates AJR.
They do have that.
Songs.
They have a redeeming line in I forget which song it is where they say like, if you're a fucking racist, then don't come to my show.
I did not hear what Nick said because you were talking, Jamie. What?
Yeah, what Jamie said was terrible. It actually triggered my fight or flight response.
I didn't hear what either of you said.
From my computer right now.
I didn't hear either of you said. Please repeat it.
I said they have a line in one of the songs on the new album where they say, if you're a fucking racist, then don't come to my show, I think. and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Because the song is about not wanting to sacrifice your morals when you make music.
Yeah.
To reach a wider audience. And I was like, I actually really like that sentiment, but I just can't get behind. I don't like the sound.
But I'm weak, and what's wrong with that? Won't you help me sober up?
Their Overture song was pretty good.
Overture's cool because it's like all of the songs in the one song.
Yeah, I actually
which
really
I think is what
song.
An overture is. But
no,
it's still cool.
It is, but not many people do it on their albums. But I really enjoyed it.
It was like a classical piece thing, not really so much the modern thing. Yeah.
Is that the first song on their new album?
AJR?
I'm pretty sure it's the last.
It's the one that I don't know if they've come out with one since, but if you're talking about the one that came out like freshman year.
No,
they released one within the last year or something.
OK Orchestra. Oh, I've
their album covers, bro.
Their album covers are really cool.
It is a cool album cover.
It is.
Oh, I think all their ones are pretty cool.
Well, I hate them so much that I keep up with them.
You fucking doom scroll AJR.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
You hate follow AJR. That's fucking fun.
Hate follow.
But this, so I guess back to this album. I don't know if you guys had it, but I got a lot of fucking Prince vibes, specifically 90s Prince, late 90s, early 2000s Prince vibes.
Did you listen to Ira Glass say that?
Who?
Did you read that on Genius?
No, I had that thought the first time I listened to it.
It's cool that you say that because they have a version of this album called the Extra Nice Edition, which has a bunch of commentary and stuff. And I listened to, I think, all of the commentaries. And there's a guy who interviews them from NPR named Ira Glass. And in the first interview, he talks about he asked them about their influences, and the main singer and writer of a lot of the songs, Damien, he says that Prince was a huge influence on this album, and that makes a lot of sense. Put that sound into it.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm trying to look and see if I wrote it down. There were a couple where it was really apparent. I was like, this is someone they just listened to Kiss or something by him, and they really got that the breathy pop-ness going on. That song's a banger, dude.
I couldn't name. I really need to check out more Prince.
You do.
I feel like I think I could only name 3 songs by him, but I feel like I would enjoy him a lot.
He's got a lot of good shit. Any songs.
I mean, you got the classics, Purple Rain, Kiss. What's another?
We Are the Champions.
Party Like It's 1999. It might just be
1999. That's one. Yeah, so I mean, he's got some good classics, and then I think they're more deep cuts. And I'm not even that plugged into Prince. Like, I like those songs that I just named, but I mean, I enjoyed every now and then throwing on his like This Is playlist or something. I think Nicole's a big Prince friend. Oh my God, I didn't say any of that right.
Can you talk, dude?
No, I can't. Nicole's a big Prince
Jamie's
fan.
7 beers in. Hosting a podcast.
I am 2 sips into a margarita.
Also, I was going to say real quick earlier before it gets away, how I got reintroduced to OK Go is they were featured in the Muppet movie, and they had a song that was
I don't know why, but that makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know why. That just
makes sense. It was like really cool. Like at the very end, it's like, it's the most sensational, and they like have the Muppets, and then the Muppets are controlling like the dudes above, and then the dudes above are controlling like more Muppets above, and it's like, if you've never seen that music video, it's like
Muppets.
Yeah, dude, it's like, Jamie, you should at least watch that music video because it's like funny as hell. And then like at the end, at the very end, they're like, okay, actually, I feel like this is not spoiling it. You won't be like that surprised, but like at the end, they like wake up and they're like, oh, I had a dream that we did a music video with the Muppets. And then like one of the Muppets hit up, and then he like looks at him and they're like, ah, and then they start screaming, and then one of the Muppets wakes up and he's like, he says something like dumb, and it just like keeps going. It keeps being really meta because everyone just keeps waking up, and it's like, what is even happening? But that's how I got reintroduced to them, and then after that, I started finding out their other music videos, like the one with the slow-mo paint. Have you seen that one, Nick? Or like just the slow motion one? I think they
that one's cool. I really like the one with the car where they're driving.
That's my favorite one.
And that one is just technically so impressive,
amazing
to me.
That one's pretty crazy.
That's one. If you're a listener and you haven't seen their music videos, like the classic one is the Rube Goldberg, but sorry, I was looking at the Muppets music video. You said it was for a Needing Getting?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was This Too Shall Pass. I wrote down, is this the car video song?
No, that's the Rube Goldberg.
Is it because that's the most famous one? Well.
Gotcha. No, I don't know. When I was listening to it, I was like, I think this is a car one. But yeah, so if you haven't seen their music videos, I think the coolest to check out is, I guess, Needing Getting. It's so hard to explain. It's just so fucking cool.
I think the coolest one is when they're on the airplane. That one is very technical as well.
That was wild.
I don't think I've seen that one.
They basically do this thing where they go in an airplane and they are filming it, and it's in like normal time, and they do the thing where it looks like they're in zero gravity, because when you go up in a plane, you're experiencing a lot of force, and then when you go back down, it's like pretty weightless. So they take advantage of like the when the plane's going down, and then it's all in one take. So they just speed up really, really fast. They like have to stay in the same position, and they do it like at like 10 times speed so that it looks like you just catch up to the next like downwards. And like they like pop the balloon. They pop balloons with paint in them, and the paint's just like going everywhere, and like they're just in midair. And it's literally like the coolest thing ever.
Imagine having to clean out the inside of the fucking plane.
Oh yeah, that was probably horrible, dude. They were messy in that. They always get so messy. But
so messy.
Am I wrong, or did they make a music video where they like jump across treadmills and shit?
That's Here It Goes Again. That's the one that like blew them up.
The one song that I know, yeah.
The Rube Goldberg one?
They have so many.
That's This Too Shall Pass.
They have so many.
Dude, they do have so many.
You guys are talking to the OK Go guru right now. Okay?
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. There is a lot. Guru? There's a lot.
OK Guru.
But yeah, so I guess so there you go. If that fucking
the fact that we're screwing them all up,
convince you to check out music videos.
Yeah, the fact that we're screwing up like which one goes with which song goes with which video, and how we've named like 6 different songs already.
It just shows how many that it seriously is like a cool like half-hour rabbit hole to go down.
If we got to talk about the lore behind this too.
Yeah, you got to watch the OK we have lore, a lot of the OK Guru
Go lore.
Yeah, add me on
Twitter.
I
guess. Yeah, tweet at Nick and ask him for all the lore.
Shrek raps.
Oh, I was about to say let's get into more specifics. That's gonna scare me when I edit it later because I'm not gonna remember that I clapped next to my microphone. But wanted to make an announcement at the start because I don't know how many people listen to the end compared to who started. But the part of what we did in our extended week off between Hunter's episode and now, we now put the final touches on a kind of a few merch, like a merch storefront for now. It's through Teespring, so it wasn't that hard to set up. But we now do have merch that if you, the listener, want to buy, maybe we'll buy it. We'll buy our own merch, and then you can. We'll
can see how good
pictures
it looks.
of it. But yeah, you can find a couple of. There's some like logo items. There's the callback to Forever Ago about Ruth from Ruth Chris Hospitality Group being the original girl boss. We've got that shirt on there. There's some good. I think there's a couple stickers on there of the logo. You know, a sweatshirt with the logo on it. So it's just, pretty basic stuff. But hopefully now more stuff will be added to it down the line as things come up. I can now design it and throw it on there, and not say, oh, let me write that down and then sit on it for 10 months. So yeah, that can be found at a link that will be tweeted out on. I was gonna say tweeted out on Twitter, but it's also in. I double checked. It is in the link tree that's in the bio of the different social accounts, and then probably at interestpointproductions.com it should be linked. So if you didn't just hear me make an announcement saying that it is not yet working, then interestpointproductions.com should take you to the storefront too. So we'll see by the time I'm editing if it actually, because it was a whole thing, but I think it should be set up. And we will eventually do more with the domain, and we can have an actual website and stuff. But for now, it should just redirect you to the Teespring storefront. So that's exciting. Wanted to get that out of the way before I forgot. Yeah, now we can get a little bit more specific. First off, there are so much more really good guitar on this album than I expected going into it. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
I just didn't really expect a whole lot. I don't know why I didn't expect I just didn't expect a whole lot of the album in general, and I have no idea why.
Well,
I was pleasantly surprised.
When I think about them, half their discography is alt rock, but I pretty much think of them as an alt pop group, some kind of electronic. I was gonna say electronic rhythm group, but that's kind of just EDM, electronic. Alt electronic music with alt electronic pop. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because there was a lot of guitar and a lot of distorted guitar, but then there also was a ton of just synth and electronic noises and shit. Mm-hmm. Some good and some bad. Some really good and some very bad.
Well, I want to know what the very bad one is.
The entirety of Earth is Round or whatever.
It was alright.
That song's a skip every time.
I really like the drum rhythm and how all the conventional instruments fit together. I don't love.
I hate the vocals. I hate the vocalization of it so much that I can't focus on anything else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I feel like that one's not horrible either. It is. The vocals are very, very soft in it, though.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's not even.
Well, they're not
I don't
soft.
know what it is. It's not how they're soft. It's how they're but it's how they're electronically altered. It's like I'm listening to fucking Domo or Mr. Roboto by Styx.
You don't like that song?
No, I don't like that song. Like the chorus is fun, but I'm not gonna sit.
Jamie's lost all credibility as a musician.
You could be listening to Renegade, "Come Sail Away." Yeah. Oh, mama, I can see for the life of.
Oh, that's not that TikTok song. Never mind.
No, that's I don't know what that is. I don't remember the name of it. I know what you're talking about. I feel like that was like the first like big TikTok dance.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw some
frat guys TikTok when it first came out.
Exactly. That's how like that was pre
do the Renegade dance at a charity event.
Okay.
How was terrible? Yeah.
It was it made me lose faith in society.
That's what broke you. And then like Nick, the whole like class consciousness thing. But the frat guy started it.
Well, it's always the straw that breaks the camel's back, you know.
I know.
You see the big news stories and you're like, "Oh, like this is always happening." And then you see something happen in front of your very eyes that's just this little thing. And you're like, damn, it's really all gone. Huh?
Damn, we're in the shitter.
But like, I was going to say the vocals on this are a little bit like soft, I feel like. Like I can't really hear them that much.
They're...
No?
Yeah, I mean, in a manner
I feel like they're mixed under.
Right. I wouldn't say they're as soft as they are quiet.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm meaning, is they're quiet.
Yeah.
What do you guys mean by soft?
When I think of soft vocals, I think of like honestly, typically in my mind it's just like it's still light, like noise wise, you're right, but it seems like a much more like effeminate vocalization, like just kind of higher comforting register, but also quiet. Yeah, like comforting.
I'm thinking like Jackson Browne or like Phoebe Bridgers, actually. Maybe even.
Yeah, I would say that like Phoebe Bridgers is like what I think of when I think of like soft vocals, especially like her really like quiet shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's also a difference between like soft and kind of airy. But
right. Bro, why does sound have to be so complicated, bro? Why can't it just be simple? Exactly.
Bro, why isn't there an equation?
It's all fucking like connotation.
An equation.
More than definition. So but yeah, I like the album starts on two very different notes. Like between WTF and then In the Glass. But I like first off, WTF, it really helped me enjoy the album more than, because like I said, for whatever reason I was just like, I'm not gonna like this. I don't know why. I literally have no idea. But then I heard it and I was like, oh, okay, so we doing some rock shit in here. And then that came and went the rest of the album. But like the main riff and that weird little like solo after I think it's an electric triangle, but I'm not sure. Because it's not like a bell set, but I think it's a triangle. I'm pretty sure it's a triangle. I don't know what to tell you. There's just this thing about you. But yeah, I liked it. I like it. That song was probably like top 3 or top 4 on the album for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I definitely like the rockier stuff on the album. So that for sure.
Interesting.
But I mean, also like I also enjoyed like the kind of I guess relaxed.
Yeah.
Like hopeful, easygoing vibe of like On This Too Shall Pass during like the chorus. I like that too. I like the kind of, take it easy. This too shall pass. It's gonna be fine. Chill, bro.
I think there's a really good balance of uplifting songs, of sadder songs, of like they have the ability to bring strength to different instruments in different songs. Like focus on a bass line in "I Want You So Bad I Can't Breathe." Focus on the drums in White Knuckles. And then shift the focus to like crazy guitar in the bridge of WTF and the bridge of White Knuckles too. Like,
yeah, WTF was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I liked in White Knuckles. I really like that like super distorted, almost like staticky sound that they've got going on the guitar during that solo. I think it comes not quite out of nowhere, but it's just like it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that a ton.
I don't know. I kind of fucked with it. I was like, okay.
I would imagine. Did you gravitate more towards the more bass driven or the more electronic songs, Jordan?
Yeah, I think I did.
What were some of your favorites?
Gosh, what were they again? I definitely like. Well, WTF just started off as a good one because it had a lot of different like sounds and noises. I think I liked the first half a little bit better. There were still some other ones, but I think as it went on, there was. I would
say that I like the first half of the album more. It's definitely the stronger half of it for me too.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe it's not even because it was just like all rock synthesized. Maybe it's just like the sounds were a lot better too, and as they were transitioning from this, like, because I honestly didn't even know they were like what'd you call them again earlier? Like
an alt rock band.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even know. I've just always known them as they're like a they use a lot of gosh, I can't even think of the words right now. A lot of what's it called? Help me out, please.
Like the more electronic pop sounds.
Yes, electronic sounds, dude.
Yeah,
gosh.
I mean, because that definitely makes sense if you're more familiar with their, like Nick was saying, if you're more familiar with their like last two albums, then that definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
In that case. I was gonna add on to that, but I literally don't know what I was gonna say. I really don't remember. I was gonna say I was surprised. I actually I wrote down notes for a lot more songs than I thought I would on the album. It was one of those ones where like I it's not that I like didn't like it when I first listened to it, but it was one of those ones that like it grew on me in time. It wasn't like an instant like, oh man, I like this.
Oh yeah.
But I swear the start to All Is Not Lost, it reminds me so much of another song, but I cannot think of what it is. And
what song
I
is
think
it?
I think it reminds me of like a big like classic rock song.
The drums are really like hollow,
but like real
in that one?
Like real classic rock, not like because now like fucking Nirvana is considered classic rock. I mean like
that's good,
but somewhere between the late '60s and early '80s rock sound. There's some song, I don't know what it was. I couldn't every time I listened to it, I tried to place it and I couldn't fucking figure it out. So who knows what?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. I was trying to think and I was like, at first I was like, it's not When the Levee Breaks. It's not that. But it's like a similar, because you're right. Most of it, what's driving that, I think, is the way that the sound and the rhythm of the drums. But I can't figure out what. I don't know. I never figured it out. It's been eating at me. But yeah. So you didn't like the staticiness of the White Knuckles solo. Do you remember feeling about the like that electronic breakdown in Needing Getting, Jordan? Because I kind of don't like that part.
I still think I like it more. Like, I try not to say like as much either, but I like it more. The end of the album was just very underwhelming. I just really liked the first half because I think it did have a lot more kind of electric sounds in it. Gosh, I'm sorry.
I think so too. I would agree with that. I think.
It's definitely. I think the first half is much more energetic than the second half. That's definitely true. Yeah, the second half has like what? Before the Earth Was Round still has electronicness to it, but it's like lower energy. Last Leaf is on the second half, which is just Damien and an acoustic guitar that they recorded outside.
Like, which I like. That one's really good. I like that.
It is really good.
But yeah, and then
did you have you seen the music video
for that? Kathmandu? No, I have not. Should I watch it?
It's really interesting. They
wait for which one?
For Last Leaf. They burn art into toast and they make like a stop motion out of it.
I haven't seen that one yet, actually.
Yeah, it's wild. They had to use like a soldering iron or something to burn the toast because it's like literal pictures like burned into toast.
Literal pictures.
I'll have to check that out for sure. It's wild. But yeah, and that from like Back from Kathmandu and like While You Were Asleep and In the Glass. Those are all like, pretty low energy wise for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And Nick, what I was gonna say earlier too, I actually prefer their more recent album, the Ghost one.
Oh yeah.
Or the Ghost one.
Hungry Ghost.
Ghost Stories.
Or yeah, Ghost Stories. It's just a lot.
No, that's the Coldplay album. That's Coldplay's
what?
Shittiest album.
Is it not called? Wait, what is it?
It's Hungry Ghosts.
That's Hungry Ghosts. Sorry,
Ghost Stories is.
I was just taking your word for it, Jamie.
It sucks.
Oh gosh, your forehead, Nick. Jesus. But I was saying that. Damn, your forehead threw me off, dude.
I think you were just saying you like the first album, the first half more.
Usually it's shorter because of the height of my hair. It kind of hides how large my forehead really is.
That's what mine does. I under my hair, I have a pretty large forehead too.
I just
we're tweeting out forehead pics with this release of this podcast.
Honestly, I'd be down in the crazy
whose forehead is biggest
in the 0.5. Yeah, tell us. But no, I like that more recent one the most because I think it incorporates the most electronic music and they really do a good job with it. Whereas this one, I think they're like transitioning a little bit. And some of the songs are still good, but it's not like consistent throughout the album, I guess you could say. And which is why I guess we all like different things because like that's the good and bad thing about doing it. Like if you do all one album the same, like let's say Pop Smoke, for example, you either probably love the whole album or hate the whole album, but something like this, you probably can pick and choose different things you like and what you don't like.
It's a veritable charcuterie board, if you will.
Charcuterie
of
board.
Music. And I feel like that's kind of because after listening to this album, I kind of checked out more of their stuff, and I feel like that even had that with some of their earlier music too. It's kind of like definitely pick and choose. That's not like I never listened to any of their music, and I was like, I like all of this.
Yeah.
Hence the girls thought that the guy was joking, but I mean they got some cool stuff. But yeah, I think my favorite track on the album, it's weird because I enjoyed, like I was talking about how much I enjoyed like Needing, Getting, What the Fuck, and White Knuckles. But my favorite track on the album, I think, is easily Skyscrapers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like I really enjoyed that one.
I figured Jordan probably wouldn't like it. I didn't think either of you would like it, but I'm glad you like it a lot. That one's grown on me so much.
It wasn't my favorite, but
yeah, that one from like the first listen. The first listen, that was I think that was the only one I say. That one and Last Leaf were the only ones I saved to my library the first time I listened through it. But I really enjoyed it. I like the chillness of it. It's definitely got my favorite like lyrical delivery style on the album, I think. And I like that. I couldn't tell. I said weird drum. I don't know what it is.
Skyscrapers, please forgive me. I didn't mean a word I said. Skyscrapers, I was just tangled up in my own head.
In the background, I don't know if it's mic'd weird or if it's some sort of like synthesized sound or whatever. But I really like that, and the solo in the middle of it is so good. Like it's really like it's not crazy, it's not like super flashy, but it's everything that like a guitar solo should be on it, and I really liked it.
I was blind.
We were talking about it a podcast or two ago. The feel of it, is right on point.
Exactly. That song has so much just like, everyone's just riding the rhythm. No one's going, doing crazy shit. But it's like, this is nice.
The drum you're talking about, is that like the kind of semi-electronic drum that almost sounds like a bass boosted water drop? It's like
kind of whatever's going on in the background right there, or if it's like a mic'd up like physical upright bass low E string. I don't know. I couldn't figure out the whole time what it was.
Low E
like
string.
The timbre of it, I couldn't place it in any one thing. So that's why I think it's some sort of electronic thing. Because normally, even for other stuff, if it's mic'd up differently, you can still tell because of the timbre of it. But that one, I couldn't place it the whole time, but I really like it.
Timbre.
And it just sounds like at the ending section, like especially with that like the wail of like anguish that he does, like he just feels so like there's so much desperation in his voice. I'm all about that kind of music, so
yes, sir. Yeah.
That one for me, instant hit on the album.
I didn't know until I was doing. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, in a similar vein, I really like the vocal delivery of "In the Glass." That's the last song on it.
Yep.
Especially I think it's the end of the first verse, and I wish he did it with every ending of every verse. But the way that he delivered the "everything was cold and perfect" lines, I loved that. Every time I was like instant, like earworm. And so yeah, I really dug the sound and delivery of that one, but I don't need to go into as much detail on it.
Yeah. I think something that kind of tied this album to other albums that I enjoy that I didn't realize before I researched this album was that this album shares the same producer as the band Spoon, their last two albums. And they have...
I do not know that band, but...
Oh, yeah. They're like they're an alt-rock band. I wouldn't expect you
I'm slightly familiar with Spoon.
Uh-huh. But their last two albums were produced by a guy named Dave Fridman, who also produced this album. And
I feel like I've seen his name before.
I know he mixed the first two Tame Impala albums, Inner Speaker and Lonerism. But
maybe that's where I don't know.
But yeah, like something in common with this OK Go album, with the last two Spoon albums, and with Tame Impala is that they're all like obsessed with drum sounds, and that they want like the perfect drum sounds, and they think that drum sounds drive the whole feeling and not interpretation, but like quality of their songs. Like I swear, in like 5 different interviews that I've watched with Kevin Parker from Tame Impala, he says like the drum sound is the core of his track, and he can't make a song if he doesn't like the drum sound. And
right, because didn't he start playing drums like as a kid? Didn't he start on the drums?
I think so.
Like he's at his core a drummer.
I think so. Either drums or piano. I can't remember which. I remember I heard him in an interview talk about how he started to make music by himself. How he was like a kid and he had some recording device, like little mini mixing thing, and he just recorded himself playing drums, I think, and then recorded himself playing over it, and like playing piano over it. And the moment he played it back into his ears, he just thought, "Wait, I just made a song by myself, but there's 2 different instruments happening." And that's when he knew, like, oh, like I can kind of do this by myself. If I can't find other people to do it, I can just throw it together.
And so for a long time, that's just how he wrote Tame Impala music.
Yep.
He just literally wrote all the pieces and was like, okay, here you go. Here's what you're going to do. Okay, I figured it out. So when you said Fridman, I thought Dave Friedman, and he's like the guy behind like Friedman amps, like, you know, what Eddie Vedder played, and like you'd recognize the logo. It's like one of the like classic big amp brands. So that's what I was thinking of. I believe that's where but that's Friedman spelled fried man, not Fridman spelled Fridman.
Yep.
I think that's where the confusion set in for me.
I got you. But yeah, the drummer for Spoon, real quick, he's an NC State alum. His name's Jim Eno. NC State
we gotta plug,
electrical engineering alum.
Yep.
For which band? Guy.
Spoon?
Spoon. Yeah. I was going to say, that's like I know a few of their songs and that fact. Because of Nick.
He worked as a semiconductor manufacturer until Spoon took off enough for him to quit that job.
That's
Fuck
insane.
that.
Which is crazy, because that shit is so hard.
It is literally insane. That of all the topics I covered in the ECE department, that was like the first one where I was like, nope. I have no way in hell I'm going into this.
Yeah.
So that's insane.
But yeah. But yeah, Dave Fridman is the common tie between what apparently, like, I really love like all those artists, and I wouldn't say I love Spoon, but I really admire their last 2 albums because they're catchy, but they're also strange. Same with this album, same with Tame Impala, like using unconventional electronic sounds in conventional like rhythmic ways. It's fascinating, and it's also like it just really grabs my attention.
Bro, what do you mean Nangs is such a normal song, bro?
It makes you feel like your ears are gonna pop. Like
that song is like astounding. I love it. That whole album, honestly, Currents, great.
It's a miracle that I haven't picked Currents for us to talk about.
I know it's like the basic, It's like the ACP of Tame Impala albums, but like it's so good.
It's the best.
There's
no way around it.
The album cover's fucking sick.
Yes. I remember when it came out and I saw it on iTunes.
Vic
and I was
and
like,
Leo are making a guest appearance.
Hey guys, what album?
What'd you think of the Blue Color of the Sky by OK Go?
Oh, do you want me to give it a review?
Yeah, give it a review.
Go for it.
Okay. The first song was really good. I like it.
Okay.
Wait, what album is this?
Of the Blue Color of the Sky by OK Go. Just give it a number. Just give it. What's your rating?
Just roll the dice.
We know how big of an
10?
OK Go. Yeah, out of 10. We know how big of an OK Go fan you are.
Oh, definitely a 12. It was really good.
Okay.
It's so good I don't remember it.
All right. Well, we'll see how that stacks up with the
12.
Leo. What's your rating? He just sat down. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
He's disappointed.
yeah, that's a 0, dude.
I literally. I think
It's
we were
gonna
just
ruin
I was
the
just
score.
sucking. I was gonna say I was trying to remember what I was talking about, but I think I was just sucking Current's dick.
I think Nick was about to say something, right?
What were you saying something, Nick?
I didn't have anything in particular to say. Tell Vic that her chocolates that she keeps posting on Instagram look amazing. But
yes, listener, check out Temper chocolates at Denver. You can order bonbons. Not all of them, unfortunately. I was back home working with a former boss of mine who asked about them, and unfortunately, some of my favorite flavors aren't available for shipping.
Like which one?
The pineapple ghost
Lemon
pepper
Lips?
ones. Yeah,
It should be on there.
It's not on there. Oh, like half of them aren't on there. You can't get a Jolene. You can't get.
Jolene's
get a
that song.
Jolene?
We're done making that one.
That one's so good.
It's a seasonal. Like we'll bring it back in the fall. Or winter.
Angelina
We'll bring this back up, but check out the website. Order some shit.
yes, sir.
But first order our merch first, and then you can look at chocolates.
Trope.
Flamin' Lips isn't. It should be on the website now. He just added it.
Okay, so
You don't have to say that though.
yeah,
You can just cut
So check right now.
bro, we do not cut on this show.
We don't cut.
Pod.
Pod.
Is it because you don't know how to cut?
Oh.
Uncut Gems?
Oh no, Nick!
Did someone mention the best movie ever made?
No, that was
That
his
movie gives
trigger
me
word.
anxiety.
What?
He was
Uncut Gems.
Nick's
my
a sleeper agent.
Yeah, that's
We
my
just awoke
sleeper
in
cell
him.
word.
Nick's a fucking
we were
Adam
thinking
Sandler
the same
sleeper
thing.
cell.
I just whip into film critic A24 guy mode.
Are you wearing your Solar Sister shirt?
I am. I wanted to wear a colorful shirt in the spirit of this colorful album.
It is of the blue colorful.
Mhm.
Shirt.
The cover's wild. It's like one of those
cover
things
is
that
wild.
kind of like changes while you look at it, while you move it around. It's not
I
holographic.
think you mean kaleidoscope.
It is Well, it's not really kaleidoscopic.
Oh, so you're not saying like you look at a tube. You're saying like it when you physically. It's like on a 2D plane, and when you move it, the picture does shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you know what the remote is?
What?
Do you know what the remote is?
TV remote? Yeah,
Bruh.
it's under the TV. It should be on the entertainment
This
stand.
podcast is falling apart.
Bro, this is our first. We took a fucking week off, and we're falling into shambles here. I'm getting asked about TV
Just
remotes.
edit it out.
Jamie
We
has to
don't
separate
cut.
You do
home
cut.
life from pod
Jordan
life.
disappeared. I don't know
Jordan
what
went to
I don't know where the
probably
hell
take a
he
shit.
went.
Because you're not good at editing.
No,
I didn't have
I'll
I
make a cut somewhere.
Wait, what just happened? What did I
listen.
miss?
She won't listen. She won't know we're not good.
Well, we'll talk about it post pod. We've already filled these airwaves with dog shit, just terrible content.
With verbal diarrhea.
With
but I
that-
was just gonna say I can summarize, my last note specifically I wanted to say is I didn't love a lot of "I Want You So Bad I Can't Breathe." He kind of gets into like whole lot of love moaning territory at one part in there. Didn't love that. But I really liked the intro and any of the guitar lead-in parts before any of the choruses. I like that a lot on the song.
There you are beside me. And I want you, yeah, I want you. I want you, yeah, I want you.
The intro I thought was really good. Like, it hooked me, and then it lost me later on in the song.
Damn.
And that happened almost every time I listened to it. So overall, I think the song is fine.
I kind of forgot about that song, and I really enjoyed it.
Really?
Just listened through.
I don't know. And that was the case with like a lot of this. It just, some of it I really liked, and then other times it just kind of lost me. I don't know. Weird like that.
I'm quirky, baby.
I'm so quirky, baby. Quirky.
At least I was quirky. Yeah. One thing that I didn't know before this week that Damien, the lead singer, was recently divorced when he was writing this album, or he was going through a divorce. It was around the time that his marriage was ending, and that puts into
that explains Of the Blue World.
Oh,
that puts Needing Getting into perspective. That puts like there's a part in While You Were Asleep where he says like, "Won't you love me? Can't you love me?"
That kind of, it would make sense. I feel like some of the shit in like Last Leaf, I feel like I could kind of see some of that coming through. Not like an angry despair way, but like
almost like
a depressed way.
Yeah, like a Belladonna by the Avett Brothers way.
Oh yes, that is such a good comparison.
What can I say? I'm an encyclopedia.
Hey, The Gleam 1, 2, and 3. Name a better trilogy. Star Wars, get out of here. Fuck you.
Sorry, Star Wars. Meet the Avett Brothers.
19, 21, and 25. Closer, but still no.
Wait, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Adele's 3 albums.
Oh, okay.
Until she puts out another one, that's the Adele trilogy.
True. True.
Oh man, there was one that makes complete sense for, and I think, hang on, I'm almost positive I wrote it down.
I wrote a bunch of notes for this podcast, but I've kind of been just going with the flow.
I think
just popping off when I can.
You were right. It was in Needing Getting, but now that makes sense, especially for in the bridge, which I liked. Those were some of my favorite lyrics on the album. But it's I've been hoping for months, hoping for years, hoping I might forget. But it don't get much dumber. It don't get much dumber than trying to forget a girl when you love her.
I've been hoping for months, hoping for years, hoping I might forget. Oh, but it don't get much dumber. It don't get much dumber than trying to forget a girl when you love her.
Pain.
Fuck.
damn, bro.
Turns out it's about his divorce, but I just thought it was like non-specific.
Yeah.
I got so much egg on my face.
that and the end of one of the earlier verses is it don't get much dumber than pinning your hopes on the change of another.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea that like the song is so, the guitar is like wild. The intro guitar that's like super fast, and then just the tone of, it's either a bass that's going through like all kinds of pedals, or the main rhythm guitar in the rest of the song. I'm not even sure which one it is, but the kind of just driving string instrument, I'm not sure which one, for the rest of the song. I love that tone. And then it sounds so kind of aggressive. Like it reminds me of, gotta tie this into Radiohead. It reminds me of the tone of the guitar in Mixomatosis by Radiohead. We're not going to talk about what that is. But
what the song by Radiohead is,
and
just
then,
conceptually what it is.
And then the outro of Needing Getting, I enjoyed. I really thought it was cool that Damien, in one of those interviews on the commentary of the album, he said that was one of his favorite portions. It was either to play live or favorite portions on the album. I can't remember which, because that's always been one of my favorite portions on the album, where it's kind of the like relief of his anger. The song seems so it seems angry, and it also just seems kind of desperate. And then the end of that is like the aftermath, kind of the clarity of the situation, and just realizing how sad it all is.
Bro, so I wrote that down. I just had such a like mental break right there. But yeah, I noticed that how it gets really crazy where there's the electronic breakdown. I hate that electronic breakdown. Well, I have a love-hate with it because I didn't get that it was about a divorce. I just thought it went with the concept of needing. I thought it was like a representation of like the anxiety of like feeling like you need whatever, and then getting the reality, which is that you need the calm and tranquility that is offered right at the end, where there's like the super chill guitar solo, and then the rest of it is like, you know, like you were saying. So I kind of had that too, but I didn't even like. I just thought it was an abstract relation to the name of the song and the theme of the song, not so much like concretely probably about like the despair of divorce and then the clarity that one might come to. Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I loved your epiphany on mic there.
I kind of had a slight epiphany earlier. I just thought it was very abstract and not like literally like about this guy's fucking failing marriage.
Yeah. And
I didn't know that either.
It's wild
like
that
turn blue.
Yeah. Like divorce separation blues.
And whatever Adele's next album is going to be. I can only imagine it's going to be a master class in
like Donda? Possible Donda?
Donda dropping. Dude, if Kanye shows up at Rolling Loud, oh baby.
That would be a big coom.
Because they said there's going to be special guests. I'm not saying like they're alluding to Kanye, but there's been like...
that'd be crazy if it was Kanye.
A couple people that have already been like, adding.
You guys should boo them off the stage. Like at Camp Flognaw with Drake.
That's what he deserved.
That's literally what he deserved. He's literally not Frank Ocean, so he deserves it.
Yeah, if I'm expecting Frank and I get Drake, I'm just saying I would be at the behest of the crowd. If they started booing, I'd hop right in.
Well, I don't... See, that's like so bad. Like you're getting a free show from Drake.
Free?
Well, but see, I don't love Drake, but I love Frank. So like,
also, there was never an allude that there was going to be Frank. I think people just assumed, right?
Well, yeah, but like I'm saying, like if I was in that position, like now we know that in hindsight. If I was in the position of I'm really thinking it's going to be Frank Ocean, and then I hear like fucking Driving Through the Six start, I'm booing. Like I don't know what you want from me.
Drake I feel like even if you don't like Drake, he has some really good like just like crowd pleasers. Like a lot of crowd pleasers actually.
He does,
but it's a different vibe.
Exactly. If I'm mentally geared up and I'm like, oh fuck, I can't wait to see Frank Ocean.
Like imagine
Drake is like the opposite of that.
I'll try and empathize with you with a Frank Ocean song I know you like. Imagine you're in the crowd and like people have been whispering all night like oh, we think Frank's gonna come out, and then then like you get to the surprise headliner and people are like, oh my god, it's about to be Frank, and you think you're gonna hear like the beginning of Chanel start, and you're imagining like you're thinking of the melody in your head, and then you hear
the
like
mindset, right? You're there,
and then you hear like the beginning of Sicko Mode or some shit.
I'd be pissed. I'd be livid. I'd be so mad.
You hear the
yeah, but then again, I feel like then you just be like, oh, it's Drake. I'm a little disappointed, but it's Drake. Like
honestly, if Sicko Mode blasted out some concert speakers, and even if I was expecting Frank, I'd be pretty hyped. But
see, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I'd be at the behest of the crowd. I wouldn't start the boo, but I would join the boo. You know, like I would.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, I would join it. Yeah,
I'm with your vibe 100%, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It is what it is.
I guess.
I would.
Anything
I would take
Scorpion. I would be irate.
I would take pride in being in the crowd that booed Drake off stage.
No,
I know, but it's kind of like a clout thing. Oh, that's sick as fuck.
Did I tell you Audrey was at that concert?
No, that's awesome.
Wild. I want to go to
that's
Camp
incredible
sometime.
She was there.
I gotta give her a high five next time I see her. Okay, good job.
She didn't boo Drake. She thought everybody was cheering for him when he walked out because she was a little.
If you watch the clip at first, you're like, because you're not used to crowds booing, so you're they're really excited. Oh, wait a minute, no, they're not.
She's like, no, they're like cheering for him. They like wanted to come, but no, they weren't. They weren't at all.
Damn.
I don't think people talk about that moment in music history enough. People talk way too much about Kanye at the VMAs. We need to talk more about Drake getting booed.
That's not
for performing a free show.
That is pretty bad.
It's just so funny. Bad. That's just honestly, it's such a meme. That's so fucking funny.
Something that no one talks about.
In my mind, Drake is the guy that would happen to. Like I don't know why. It just feels like he would be the guy that would happen to.
Now, I don't know a ton of rap festivals, but I feel like Camp Flog Gnaw is almost like the Bonnaroo of rap festivals, where it's like the people that are there are like pretty high quality. And Drake makes high quality music, but he's also like one of the most popular rappers like of our modern time. And like to expect someone very artistic to come out and then Drake comes out. Like, I understand the whole booing thing, but
to warrant a boo though, to boo him off stage though, that just seems way too much.
So funny. That's so.
There's
funny.
No way that he deserved
something that no one really talks about. I think it was 2 years ago. I don't think I watched the Camp Flog Gnaw Tyler's set from last year, but I watched the whole one from like 2 years ago. Yeah, I think it was right after Flower Boy came out, and he plays. Do you know the song "She" that he has with Frank Ocean? It's an older song. It's off Goblin, I think. And he doesn't even rap it. Like, he just plays the beat, and the whole crowd like raps like the whole first verse.
Oh,
and,
yeah, I've seen that. That clip is insane. It's crazy to watch that.
And that's all he really plays. I think he just plays the first verse, lets them rap it, and then he just switches to another song. He doesn't even get to his verse. That's just Frank's verse.
Like, that's how you know you've got, like people like your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like...
Anytime I've seen it,
I'm just having this realization now. Camp Flog Gnaw with Call Me If You Get Lost as the headlining album.
I bet that'd be fucking crazy.
That would be... Shoo. And those tickets always sell out, like, an hour after they're posted. I
know. Those go fast. Yeah.
You trying to cop some, or what?
I don't know. We'll see.
Cool. But yeah, like I was saying, that summarizes my notes for the album.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to slide in Needing Getting at the end there because I think it's my favorite song. But.
Makes sense. It's a good one. It's definitely, I think, my favorite music video I've seen of theirs.
Yeah. Favorite song and music video.
It's probably easily top. It's probably like top 5 songs on the album for me for sure. Jordan, you got anything else before we rate it?
I think that's it for me.
That's it for you. All right. Well then, okay. So how do we do this? It's been so long. So Nick will go first, and then Jordan will go, and I will announce next week's album. So I will go last. Yes.
Cool.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm gonna give this bad boy an 8.75.
Damn.
Damn,
son. Where'd you find it?
There's certain albums that I kind of forget about sometimes, and then I find them again, and I'm like, you know what? I really love these. How did I forget about them? This is definitely one of those, and it's one of those that kind of checks all the little quirky boxes on my quirky music brain because I'm so
right.
Shut up! No, I'm kidding.
I feel like that's a terrible way to generalize and like dumb down the music that's actually happening on the album, but it is a great album. So
yeah. Jordan, what about you? What do you think you're gonna give it?
So Nick, this might be surprising, but I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
That's disgusting.
One, because I think I'm just really nostalgic of their newer music and don't really like this as much. I think I fell in love with them with their newer music and not when they like did stuff like this. And so I'm just like, it's Okay. Again, the music video is still insane, still so good. But just as far as me listening over and over again and enjoying the music, I think I may have to give it a 4.5.
I gotcha. You,
bro.
Coming out of left field, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for me, I enjoyed
the dugout, but
a decent amount of this album. I liked a decent amount, and there were a couple parts that I liked a lot, and then there were some that I just really it wasn't it for me. But I think I'm gonna have to stick with a 5.6.
This is disgusting. Okay. I thought this album would revitalize this podcast, and you guys are just dumping fat nasty diarrhea on it, and you're not taking the podcast seriously. Jordan's shitting mid pod. Jamie,
I didn't even
Jamie's
go to the bathroom.
Taking side conversations. I can't believe this.
I didn't mean to take that side conversation. Right, that was busted into my office. I had my door shut. That wasn't me. You know.
Can't believe this.
I mean, okay. So
I'm coming in next week hot. I'm gonna be pissed off the whole time.
Nick's gonna be fuming. Okay, so that brings it to
wait a second. Did that come out to an 11.7?
Oh. With VIX 12.
Rounds up.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about VIX 12. Okay, so that brings it to 6.28 as the average score, which puts it at 42nd overall.
Bruh.
So that brings it to 42nd.
Don't even tell me.
That brings it to below, like slightly below, Yes Laud, Stories Don't End, and Sam's Town, which are all tied for 39th, and right above Emperor of Sand by Mastodon.
This is
Nick, you can't be mad. This is the objective score.
Little do you guys know that I'm the guy that girl was tweeting about.
What are you talking about?
No!
Apparently,
the girl whose name we definitely have not heard before was the one you were on a date with.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I'm so confused at what's happening.
The girl who tweeted, had an awful experience where I was on a date. I asked a guy his favorite band, and he said, "Okay."
Oh.
and she laughed, and he was being serious.
That was you, bro?
Yeah.
That was you on the date?
Big pain.
Just kidding. Pain. I would have said something pretentious.
Radiohead.
No, I would never say that.
That's you don't admit it?
No, that's a good way to have someone never talk to you again. Plus it's not true.
Sure the first date is the only date. Okay, well, we'll see if you're still mad next week. Carrying into our review of the album Planet Her Deluxe Edition by Doja Cat.
Bro.
Oh, nice. Yay.
I've listened to this album probably 20 times since it came out.
Bro.
So we'll see. Dude, I told a friend of ours, Gonzo, the other day, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do when I get my first pick back again on the album, I'm gonna do Doja Cat, like her new album. He thought I was joking. I was like, it's a really good album. What? Like, he was like, oh, good one. I was like, what?
Oh.
Or he said like you can't be serious or something. I was like, no, I'm legit. Like the album's really good. I don't. So we'll see how that goes next week. Man. But I'm excited because one, haven't done any female artists in a while. It's just a good album. So now we'll get to leave a little review about it.
Can't wait to give it a 0.
It's received our first 0 rating. I think the lowest we've ever gone is a 3. I don't think anything scored below a 3.
Yeah. We're nice.
Well, it'd be so hard to I don't know what it would take for me to score anything that low,
I know.
Yeah.
Like at least there's some merit to almost everything I've heard. So yeah, we'll see what that comes out to next week. I'm excited. I don't know about y'all, but we've had guest month for so long. I've got my next like 5 picks already. Like I know what I'm gonna do.
I'm not really like that anymore. I used to try and map it out, and then I would listen to something, and I'd get tired of it, and I wouldn't want to do it anymore. But
yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. I listen to it, map it, don't listen to it, and then like the week before, I double check.
Okay.
But yeah, so next week we're doing Planet Her, the deluxe edition, because I do like the deluxe version, like the songs that she added with it.
Okay.
And then we'll just wrap it out real quick because, well, I mean, we'll see how much of the conversation with Vic remains. But we'll keep it a little simpler. For me, obviously Doja's new album. I checked out Manchester's Orchestra's new album. It's pretty good. I like it. I think I've got to sit with it before I can really figure out how I feel about it. But just kind of listen to them more in general, especially Cope. Incredible album. Oddly enough, like a few select songs from Inside, I've been just listening to them on Spotify.
Hell yes.
Specifically, All Eyes on Me, Welcome to the Internet, and honestly, Bezos Part 1 and 2 is just funny as fuck.
I'm seeing that shit in theaters Thursday, baby. Let's go.
That would be cool.
Wait, what? Bo Burnham's thing?
Yeah. They got like a showing in a theater like because the visuals are so fucking crazy. Like I didn't think it was very funny as a Bo Burnham special. I don't think of it as a comedy special. I think of it just from like an art piece standpoint. Blows my mind.
Yeah.
But the last thing I've been listening to is obviously John Mayer's new album, Sob Rock.
True.
A couple funny songs, some real bangers on it. You know, it's a mixed bag, but it's kind of what I would expect after like just seeing like John Mayer's social media, like how he's kind of transforming his personality over the last like few years. So it was what I expected. I like it, and that's all for me.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Well, the new Vince Staples, very good.
Oh yeah, I haven't listened to that.
I haven't checked that out yet.
Yeah, very good. A little more low key than some of his older stuff, and just the beats. I think Kenny Beats did all the beats on this album, and they're all good. It's only like 22 minutes. Definitely check it out. Snow Allegra, she makes R&B music. Her new album has 2 songs featuring Tyler, the Creator. Whole thing's pretty good. Those songs are also good, of course, because I like Tyler a lot.
Allegra Chicken?
Huh?
Shut up.
Allegra Chicken.
Shut up.
I've been listening to Khruangbin a lot. The like alt funk group, instrumental people.
Okay, those people. Gotcha.
Yeah. They had that EP that they did with Leon Bridges. That whole thing's really good, but also their instrumental normal music is good. But by far my favorite album of the last week is Sling by Clara. It's very it's just
you get back into your Claro shit?
It is very I haven't even really ever been like a big Claro fan. Like I would play Pretty Girl as a joke, and like
he said, but dude, I don't think it's a joke anymore, man.
But Immunity was a good album, her first album. But this one is just like, I don't know, man. It's hard to describe why I enjoy it so much. It's like, it's kind of like Phoebe Bridgers, but not as strange in the lyrics and like weirdly abstract. And like, what the lead single, Blouse, is like really sad. But also, I guess not really relatable for me, but probably relatable for like lots of women. Just like from an empathetic standpoint, and just from like I was talking about on this album, the conventional use of unconventional instrumentation. It's just fantastic.
True.
Not bad.
But that's it.
Well, then I'll probably say the new Pop Smoke album came out last week, and that's what I've been a lot listening to.
Is that how they talk about it in New York?
No, they say,
"Hey, the new Pop Smoke album just came out, man."
Is that how?
What?
What's the Pop Smoke impersonator guy?
All you see is helicopter.
No,
I don't know what his name is.
I was talking about the guy who actually makes music, who sounds like him a lot.
Oh, Dusty Locane.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I thought you meant the other guy. And then other than that,
I forgot about
the only other thing I've been listening to is MIA by SSG Kobe. Such a good song, actually.
He was featured on... I think he's featured on one of the songs on Brockhampton's deluxe version of their newest album. I had never heard of him, but people were recommending him in TikTok comments the other day, and it seems like he might be about to blow up.
Yeah. Whenever Lyrical Lemonade does a music video of someone, you can always tell, Cole Bennett knows what...
True, honestly.
No, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. All right, he knows what he's doing.
You're saying he's the industry. He's got the key to the industry.
He actually does have his ear to the ground though a lot. He wrote a blog before he actually started doing music videos. Music? Bro, shut the. His other ear that's not on the ground.
That reminded me of a horrific joke that I don't quite remember, but it's
what?
But yeah, he did it. He in high school he made a music blog where he would just interview people and have his ear to the underground rap scene and stuff, and that's why he has helped a lot of emerging artists who then actually go on to be pretty big later, or he knows music that is just popular for some reason. There's songs on TikToks that have gotten popular 2 years after he makes a video, or 3 years after, just because of the catchiness of it, or he just knows good music. He just knows good music, man. I love it. I
didn't know that he did
good people.
He did a music video for JID.
I actually didn't know that either.
For Off Bees, the song that features J. Cole.
Oh, maybe I did see that music video. I think I watched it.
I definitely sent it to you when I figured it out, because
okay. I'm pretty sure I watched it.
Yeah, I was just watching it again, and I was like, "Wait, what the hell? This is Lyrical Lemonade."
Oh,
yo, that's crazy.
Comes around at one point. How everybody comes around at one point.
Well, on that note,
My Life a Movie.
Bro, My Life a Movie.
Oh, Jamie's life is a stays in right now.
Uncut,
not a movie.
Uncut.
Jamie's in Contagion right now.
On that deep cut of a movie reference, we wanted to just say thanks again for listening to whatever this shit show was this week. And remember to tune in next week, where we're going to be taking a look at... We are back at it. But we're going to be taking a look at Planet Her, specifically the deluxe edition by Doja Cat. Be sure to listen to it however much you want. You know the drill. Can I have your own thoughts so you can mentally join in the discussion with us, But if you want to actually join in the discussion with us, you can feel free to either leave a comment about your thoughts on this week's album on YouTube, or if you wanted, you could either tweet them at us, or throw a comment our way on Instagram. We're on Twitter at ListUpPodcast, and we're on Instagram at ListenUpPod. And those accounts, as well as all of our personal handles, are going to be in the description of wherever you found this episode. Make sure to follow one or both of the accounts, but just so you can see, any updates and announcements we have, because that's where we announce stuff, like merch or, scheduling things, stuff like that. Also, if you enjoyed this episode, if you wanted to throw a rating and review our way, we wouldn't be opposed. And remember to check out the new merch that's going to be at the socials. But other than that, for now, we'll catch you next week, and remember to listen up.